Okay, hi, my name is Jean, and I am a almost 10-year traumatic brain injury survivor. And this is my video vlog where leading up to my 10-year survival, which is July 3rd, I just wanted to really give this part of my life a little bit more intention by just reflecting on what's happening throughout the years. I'm probably not capturing everything, but I think, I'll be glad that I actually took the time to talk it through. Usually I'm exhausted when I do these videos because I'm literally doing these at like 10 or 11 or when I have free time. Um, I will admit that probably quality isn't the best or whatever it may be. And then I have no plans to ever watch these again, maybe in like another 10 years, then embarrassed or something. But where we are today is on day 8. So that'll be year 1 still, quarter 4, and then basically what my most favorite thing was there. I can't help but notice because I've had like 3 nosebleeds today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like blood in my nose. Today was a rough day in real time, but that's probably why having this moment is so nice kind of at the end of the day. So probably one of my most favorite memories for my entire life and the second lifetime happened this part of my life. And thank goodness, because it was hard and it was challenging and it was confusing up until this point. And I think I needed a moment like this to just sort of help me like reframe reality and what it is. And so basically what you even see in the background is I won a blow dart competition, and I think I won like a piranha tooth or something like that. But the context is that I was pursuing my global health certificate in graduate school as part of my public health training. And so I studied abroad in Ecuador for 2 months. And it was a really cool experience because I did a week in the Amazon, and then we also lived in Otavalo, Zuleta, La Calara, and Santo Domingo were like the primary places which we stayed. And then I think I independently traveled a little bit to like Quito and then portions of Peru, so like Machu Picchu and Huacachina, and then also back in Ecuador, Baños. So it was just like a very life-changing trip because I was able to be in all these vastly different environments. Fun fact, Ecuador is like the size of Colorado, I think, in size by like state in a state comparison. But it's also the most diverse country in the world, largely because of the Galapagos, which I did not go to, and now I kind of regret that I didn't. But the reality is that, when you're a student and in the situation that I was in, I maybe was not the most well equipped to be traveling like that at that time. So I still experience a lot of incredible memories there. Um, because it was just so structured. It was really focused on their theme, La Buena Vida. It was really good for me, I think, to just truly be in an environment that was health centric and not to this day, unfortunately, being in a country that's a little bit more self centric. And it was, yeah. So I think that was very therapeutic for me. And to this day, I still just have so many positive memories. I learned so much. The pace of it was so good. I learned Spanish while I was in the Amazon. So we would like walk in the forest. We would, you know, see the different practices that they use for healthcare there. Some of those practices very shocking, like for me, because I'm from this culture, but perhaps not as shocking for the community members there. But like, like shaking a guinea pig around your body, and then the guinea pig is supposed to mimic your body. And then the poor guinea pig, they didn't shake it hard enough. So when they skinned it alive, sorry, this is taking such a crazy tangent. And it was like screaming. It was not great. And then, cuy, which is guinea pig, is a very revered dish there. It was very hard to consume. I don't think any of us consumed the cuy after that, the shaking. Um, so yeah, I just remember so many just very striking experiences from that time. from the things I learned, even the book I referenced in a past video, like Season to Taste. I think I finished reading it there. I think I listened to so much Enrique Iglesias and Prince Royce while I was there. Just like fun memories of like getting locked out of our, I think, hostel. This nurse and I were traveling. And like to this day, I think it was so powerful for me, even as someone who's in my career now, to have done a public health trip like that, where it was primarily vet students. So there was even times when we like were, vaccinating cows and castrating pigs, just stuff like that. It was very helpful, I think, just to really embody One Health in a trip like that and to learn from people from different backgrounds with such good energy and vibes. A lot of those people to this day are people that like I would still hang out with and like reach out to, and we maybe like say something like on a joint chat from time to time. And I've visited even when they've went on their future journeys. So I'm just so, so, so grateful for that experience on so many levels. I could like literally just talk about that experience probably for 20 minutes. Just, I was like, I lived with a cheese farmer and we went from, door to door collecting milk. He did it by picking up a bucket and just estimating. And the fact that his like neighbor just waited for him, trusting that he would show up, or like how he would exchange like who even knows how much money on the side of the road. It was a lot more old school, but it was a lot more chill. And like having conversations about mental health and like how soccer in the village is a big deal. And then they, butcher an ox and even talking about it, I'm like, it's so happy. It's so much more simple than the life that, the environment I currently live in, which is the United States and particularly near an urban political hotbed. It's just, people often talk about striving for happiness, and sometimes the environment that you're in can help facilitate it. So I try to be smart about that. And I'm grateful that today I'm reflecting on a positive event because I had such a tricky day. So I think one more salient thing that's worth remembering to or mentioning is that I actually had my first intentional smell while I was in Ecuador. So I remember one of the people on the trip was actually a neurobio major, which was technically what I was before I switched to biology, so I could graduate a year earlier, which also just like, I don't know, a life hack for anyone who's younger is that the degrees sort of matter, but if there's something as close as bio and neurobio, and one of them you can like shave off a whole year of tuition and housing and books, I would highly recommend going for it because debt is no joke. And I think because I made some more, I guess, like future focused moves that I like later in my life I wasn't in as much challenge. So just something to think about, I guess. But yeah, I remember so my friend like he wanted to see if it was possible for me to learn how to smell. And so this experience for me moving forward technically has assisted me in many other ways for my other disabilities, which is basically just using my other senses to help me fill in the gaps about what I think something is. And then basically like using like context and educated guessing to help me learn. Sometimes to this day, people don't love that about it's a lot of things are going to be a duality. But the fact that I notice things in so much detail, like why context matters to me so much, but it's because it helps you truly get the best picture, particularly when you're working with unknowns. My belief, and it's not just my belief, I've literally lived it, is that you can close the gaps in knowledge just by getting as much context as possible. So yeah, my very first smell was smoke. And I remember seeing it and then detecting it and then rounding the corner. And I'm like, interesting. This thing that's being detected by my nose is smoke. And so then I started learning through association. And I started applying, I guess, to learn lessons about about smell. Mm, yeah, so basically how it works is I can intentionally try to smell. I also think I can sort of shut off now, but not as well. But it starts with detecting a difference. So I'm just like, in the atmosphere, there's something else. And so then I can try to use other inputs to help me discover it. And it's also why I enjoy food so much. I enjoy food because it's one of the few activities we do in life that incorporates taste. Um, so I have an additional sense to help me decipher smells, and food tends to be very um, vibrant in smell. And I also eat regularly every single day. So it's a really easy way to practice. And so to this day, I definitely know that I smell, but I think I'm still not a full smeller. And the only reason I know is when people ask me questions or they react to a scent and I'm just unaware that it's there. I think it's something else. Like, oh my gosh, that cologne smells like pina colada and it was so strong. And I'm like, I didn't smell anything. So that's how I know. And then like I remember going to the gym, this wasn't even that long ago, and the trainer saying, "Oh, sorry, it smells like sewer." And I'm like, "Wow, can't even tell that it smells like sewer." But then if it still smells like sewer, I maybe smelled it today. Who knows? So, okay. Well, anyways, hopefully encouraging or empowering moment for you today is life will keep going on. Life will have its ups and downs. Today was super frustrating, but there's always like, like a context built around it. And ultimately, you know, our lives just keep going on. So it's sort of our choice in how we want to live it and how much stress needs to be part of it. I find myself frustrated because some of the stressors I don't have control over. So, I weigh those cost benefits, but overall, I wish upon and I hope for everyone to have an experience where they get to go to another country and just see a different context or just explore the world and how things could be. So like that there's another version of ways that you could live. And I don't know. I'm just happy that I experienced so much love on that trip. Love in the sense that people took the time to educate me, to help explore my reality with me. It was long enough that I felt comfortable sharing my status at the time, and it was the beginning of me learning how to advocate for myself as a patient. So I hope for others that they can enter into that journey too. Okay. Yeah.